Okay, hello everybody. This is Barrett Matthews. My company is E2E Systems, and I am the founder of the Book Writers Procrastination Club. I am very excited about the guest that we have tonight for you. What we're doing is we're going to talk to you about writing books and how you can get it done faster, and you don't have to take forever because some people take years just to write a book, and that boggles my mind. But I have some guests on tonight. Now, actually, the genre tonight has to deal with children, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But let me just tell you a little bit about the Book Writers Procrastination Club and me and how we got it started. I coach people. I coach entrepreneurs in dealing with being more productive in their business, and I help people to transition from employee to entrepreneur. So in doing so, I wrote a book to help people to get over that big monster called procrastination. And I called my book, as you can see here, Why Didn't You Get It Done? A guide to helping you get off your assets. And my shameless plug here is also leading to my website. If you want to get a copy of my book, Why Didn't You Get It Done? You can go to my website at www.e2esystems. That's the letter E, the number 2, the letter E, systems.com, e2esystems.com, and you can get a copy of Why Didn't You Get It Done? I've had a lot of people say that it's helped them a great deal in stopping their procrastination, or at least identifying where they're procrastinating and making sure that they can address those areas as well. So what that led me to do was to think about other ways to help people. And I kept getting people coming up to me saying that they wished that they could write a book. They had ideas in their mind about books they wanted to write, but they still had not done so yet. So my thinking was, why hadn't you done so? And I think it's, I might as well tell you my story. I was getting ready to start coaching, and someone told me, you need to write a book. So I said, okay, tell me what I need to do. And they told me, and I finished really writing my book. Now, this doesn't count the editing and the layout, but I finished writing my book in 6 days. And, people think that's so amazing, but the thing is, I was focused. And my point is that if you focus on it, if you put your mind to getting it done, you can do it as well. So that's all we're trying to do with the Book Writers Procrastination Club, is to help people to get that book done, get it out there. The late, great Miles Monroe says, rob the grave. So many people go to the graveyard with great ideas and books inside them that they don't put out. Rob the grave and get your book out there. Get your information out there. God blessed you with something inside you, a story to tell. Tell your story. You may have 10 stories to tell, but you got to get it out there. So that's what the Book Writers Procrastination Club is designed to do. Towards the end of this hangout, I'm going to give you some ideas of what we can do for you more specifically. But right now, I do want to introduce our guest. We have Anita Posey Fendel, who is the author of the book That's Not My Name. Anita, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Barrett?
Doing great. Now, just so you guys know, Anita and I have known each other forever. We're not going to say how many years.
For real.
That would pretty much tell our age, because we've known each other all our lives. Well, also welcome Adrian Hazel. Adrian, how you doing?
Thank you, Barrett. Good to be on. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. See, it's funny, we talk about how long Anita and I have known each other. Anita, the sad part about it is if you double Adrian's age, it's still not as long as we've known each other.
Dang.
That's the sad part. But we don't not triple, but if you double it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we ain't that old.
Okay.
That is old.
That's all that matters.
But yeah, Nita and I have known each other forever. Adrian and I know each other through his father is a friend of mine, and he turned me on to his son. And Adrian, you've written 2 books, and you're working on a 3rd. Am I right?
Yes, that's right.
Tell the people the names of your books. I didn't know the names of the titles of your books.
The first book is called Kenny's Loose Tooth, and the second book is called Alo's New Bike. That's ALOS.
All
You
right,
got it.
all right. Now, see, both of them are children's books. Anita has a campaign towards anti-bullying, which I think is just wonderful. She's helping with that cause, and she's really, really adamant about that cause. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit later. But I wanted to ask you guys a couple questions, and just feel free to chime in and just answer. As far as writing the book, from the moment you decided that you were going to do it, how did it take you a long time to actually write the book?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, with me, no. Like you said, I have the anti-bullying program.
Hmm.
Shameless plug, T3 Kids.
There you go. Keep going.
I decided to write the book because I wanted to have more things to offer the kids that are in my program. So I wrote the book actually, and people don't believe me, but I wrote it in one night.
I believe it.
Yeah, I sat down and just, I mean, and I think, like you said, when you know God has something in you, it's going to come out. And when I started writing, I couldn't stop. So I wrote, as a matter of fact, I wrote one book one night, and I wrote another book the very next night. And like I have like two
Wow.
other books that I've written that that I'm going to get published as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
That is truly amazing.
I did not have that in my future to write to be a publisher or to be an author at all. But it's like when God has something for you, you know,
Yeah, yeah, and that's yeah. You got to follow God's will on that. So,
almost definitely.
how about you, Adrian?
Well, my first book actually was a college assignment.
Get out of here.
Oh wow.
So it took me probably about a week to finish my first book.
So, do you see the recurring theme here? that once you make up your mind to do it, it doesn't have to take you a long time.
Yeah.
I know people are getting tired of me telling this story, but I went to a conference about a year ago, and someone was telling everyone that I wrote my book in 6 days, and this guy comes up and he says, "Hey man, I want to work with you. I want to do some things with you." Now he didn't mean he wanted my coaching. He actually meant he wanted to work with me as far as doing some platforms and speaking and so forth. But he said, "I've been working on a book about excuses for the last 4 years."
Oh no.
Boy, yeah.
What a good book for him.
Right, exactly. And I said, what? Why have you been working on it for 4 years? And of course, he proceeded to give me
Excuses.
so, and I said, no, I can't work with him on that. But the thing is, guys, people out, if you're listening, you don't have to take forever to write a book. It
Right.
doesn't have to take forever. Once you make up your mind to do it, you're in there. Just go for it. You're ready to go. But you have to make up your mind and start taking action on it. So I wanted to ask each of you as well, just to give some advice to people who have been procrastinating on getting that done, and what you can say to them.
I would say, first of all, you've got to get it out of you. Put it in writing. I mean, I don't care if it's like in order of the way you want it in your book or just when the thoughts start flowing, start writing. Because you may get a thought, and when you get ready to really sit down and write the entire book and put it in order and everything, you may not get that thought again.
Mm.
So I travel. I mean, I have the iPhone now, but I used to travel with a little pad that when I got ideas and when I thought about something about the book that I may want to put in it or I want to do for a future project, I write it down because, like you said, we're getting up in age, so so all those thoughts may not come back when I want them to. But I mean, regardless of your age, you should always just put it down, write it down because that's the first step.
And Adrian's like, I don't know what y'all talking about that.
No, I definitely agree. I have my own notes section in my phone too.
There you go. Yep.
Exactly.
I can't remember everything either.
So Adrian, what advice would you give someone?
I would say set deadlines and goals,
Mm.
Mhm.
and
That's good.
stick to them. Because it's easy to let it go by a couple of days you haven't worked on it at all. So you have to stay on top of it, like you say, commit to it.
Right.
Sure,
I agree with that. Totally agree with that. So what I want to do now is, first of all, I want to ask everybody who is watching, if you want to go to our Facebook page, it's BWPC. Just go to our Facebook page at BWPC for Book Writers Procrastination Club. tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. If you're working on a book, tell us, what your book is about. You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to, but just tell us, what type of book, what genre that you're writing about. So just let us know who you are. We want to make it a community here, so we want everybody to be able to contribute. Go to Facebook at BWPC, and you can put in that information. So let's start with Anita Posey Findle, my lifelong friend. We are practically family.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Yeah, I mean, God knows our mothers are.
Okay. And I share a birthday with your father, so.
Yeah, that's right. You share a birthday with me. So yeah, we're practically family. And just so you know, and if anyone's watching, yes, Anita used to play football with me as a kid.
Yes. And tackle football.
Tackle football. That's right. Let's make that clear. Tackle football. She is no longer a tomboy, but
I can still throw football, though.
You can still throw football, okay. So, Anita, let's talk about, first of all, before we even get into your book, tell everyone about your platform and how you're helping kids with the bullying problem we have.
Well, I have a program that's called Tease Free Kids. It's an anti-bullying program, and what we do is we used to go into schools, and you go into schools and implement the program in schools. We found out that that's not working, because we would go put the program in the schools, and then we go back to kind of follow up to see, to get some feedback and see if we need to tweak anything. And what we were getting was the teachers wasn't having enough time to implement the program, or if they did something, they didn't do it fully. So what we're doing now that is working so wonderfully is doing events.
Okay.
A lot of kid events, and we have an ambassador program, which is phenomenal. I just put it out there, and I was like, let me just put this out here and see how it works. And when I tell you, we can't keep up with the amount of ambassadors we have. They're all over, I can say now, the world, because we actually have an ambassador from Sweden.
Wow.
And yes, I'm so super excited about that. And she's actually going to take the entire program to Sweden.
Oh my goodness.
So we can actually say we are worldwide.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You are. I mean, it's not a lie. That's not a lie. I mean, it's true.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie. So we are worldwide now, and the kids they do so many different activities. We have we have a big event coming up this Saturday, and our ambassadors that are here locally will go on the red carpet and question people about bullying, and we're recording it. So you all can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram at teachfreekids.com, and we'll be putting footage out, and you can see some other things that we've done. We've done a fashion show, and when we're doing these things, when we did our fashion show, we did it, everything was related to bullying. So we would have the models come down, and they come in their outfits first, and then when they come back down a second time, they would come with signs that says what is bullying. One model would have what is bullying. The next model would have what it is. So they were giving definitions. So not only were they getting fashion, they were getting educated about bullying as well. So it was a lot of fun. Like I said, we do a lot of fun activities like that. We have a spa day coming up at Rotten to the Core on the July 26th, and the kids will be there, and we have a local singing group actually that is partnering with us that the girls are absolutely crazy about, and we're so excited about 4EY the Future. It's a singing group that they're coming on board, partnering with us to get the word out about bullying as well. So they'll be there on the 26th. So we do things like that, just different activities. And like I said, the ambassador program is awesome. And we also have if a group or an organization wants to take on the program, then we have different activities that they can do. We coach them through that. We do follow-ups and stuff to help them, get the program started with their different organizations.
Wow. Now, see, the thing I like about that is that, I knew Anita when she was starting this, and I'm just so happy to see it grow like this. I remember when you were trying to get it in schools and stuff, and now, now look at what's happening. God is good, and I'm just happy happy to see that. And see, the thing is that a lot of you who have platforms out there, have causes that you're working for, you may write a book, and the book may not be the big money maker that you think
Right.
it could have been, but that book is an extension of yourself. It's kind of like as I had heard someone put it, it's a business card on steroids, because
Right.
what it does is it adds credibility. So you're now Anita Posey Fendel, author.
You can say
And,
Anita Fendel.
what'd you say?
Anita Fendel is fine.
Anita Fendel. Okay. So Anita, see, I throw the Posey in there because I know you're the Posey. But
Okay.
but Anita Fendel. Sorry, Sean. Anita Fendel, author, and that carries a little bit more weight. A lot of you may not think it does, but it does. It
Right.
adds credibility to that person, because I mean, people feel that if you've taken the time to write a book on it, you have a little bit more knowledge than most. You've done some research on the subject.
Right.
So it doesn't matter, what the topic is. If you've done some research on it, it carries some weight with people. So I mean, I always urge people, don't set out to write a book because you think you're going to be a millionaire.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. So I mean, if it happens, wonderful. But I urge you to do it because you want to get a message out there. So when you decided to write the book, what was going on in your mind when you decided to write the book, That's Not My Name?
Well, it was actually when my daughter was getting bullied and everything. It was like information that I was getting, and like she would always say, "But Mom, that's not my name. Why are they calling me that? That's not my name." And I was like, "Whoa," that stuck with me for years. So when I thought about writing a book, and I wanted to, like you said, it's an extension of yourself, and it's like a business card on steroids. So I wanted to have different, like on the business piece of it, I wanted to have something out there that when I'm asleep at night, it could be selling. So no, I didn't go into it for it to be like some wonderful money making adventure, but that was some of the things that we wanted to have, and we wanted to have more tools for the kids as well, because it's not only just a children's book, but it's a children's book, and at the end, it's a great tool to open up the conversation about bullying, because we actually have, like, in the back of the book, we have questions. It's called Points to Ponder. So it's like almost like a workbook, and actually we're doing a workbook for it now. So it's like a workbook that you can, kind of work with your child with. So it's just like an extension of Teach Free Kids, because we want to have a bunch of tools out there for people to use in different ways to eliminate bullying.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. See, what she's done is she's taken that book and now she's expounded upon it to add other things to it. And you can do the same thing. A lot of people don't realize I hear people say they haven't written their book because they have so much information to get out there and they just can't seem to put it in a book. Well, then make several books.
Right.
So make
Right.
volume 1, 2, 3, 4. But
Right.
get something out there so you can get the ball rolling. Otherwise, you're just writing and writing and writing, and you're just. I always told someone, and this is funny. I went to my very first book I sold was at a book fair. I only sold one book that whole book fair.
That's okay. You sold one.
At that point, to me, that's when I became an author. And
Right.
someone said, "No, you were an author when you published it." I said, "No, I was a writer then." I said, when I sold it, I became an author. So let me ask you this: as far as writing your book, what route did you go about to write? Did you just sit down at your computer and just start typing?
No, actually, and I wished I had it with me. Hold on, let me see.
Uh-oh.
I wrote, no, it is so super cute, and I'm going to find it before we go. No, I really want you to see. Hold on. I had to, darn, I wish I would have thought about it before we started. But I have the book that I initially wrote.
Uh-huh.
When I tell you it's just on, like, a little piece, it's on regular printer paper
Uh-huh.
that I was just writing and writing, and I have a little. I am not an artist by far, so I had a little stick man on the front, But this is what the stick man turned into.
Wow. Hey.
So that's it. That's the book there. But I drew a little stick figure on there and everything, and it was so super cute. But that wasn't gonna sell.
That
So
was gonna sell.
yeah. So I wrote that, and just points for when you're writing like a kid's book. You just write the bottom part of. I mean, you write the captions and everything, and then I just noted what I wanted the pictures to look like at the top of the page.
And
So,
believe me, I'm not an artist either. I used to be able to draw, but I can't anymore.
yeah,
And my first book cover was not the one I ended up going with. So
right.
I think we all have that rough draft. So
It
and
was
that's
really
the other
rough.
thing. That's the other thing, people. Get your rough draft done. Don't
Right,
worry about it. It doesn't have to be perfect.
right.
It just has to get out there. So I mean, and for me, it was a little difficult because I kept my book a secret from my family, which is hard to do.
Okay,
Especially,
for real. Your family, yeah.
well, especially because my sister, as you know, my sister is an editor too.
Oh, I didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't.
Amos edits. So
Okay.
she's edited for authors. She's edited for Essence magazine and stuff. So I kept that from her. So
Wow.
next one I can't keep it from her. But
I was gonna say she can save you some money.
yeah, yeah, she could. But I wanted my first one just to be a surprise to everyone. So that was my whole thing. Now I know you couldn't keep it a secret, not yours, because like you said, your daughter was being bullied, so
Right.
you had a cause. Now let me. I still want to ask now. Your daughter was being bullied, so that was a cause for you. But
Mhm.
everyone can have something in their life happen. But what made you say, I need to put this on paper?
Because it was a burning. It was something that I would go to sleep, literally go to sleep at night, and like couldn't sleep because
Mm,
it was there. I knew it was something that I had to get out. And
mm,
I knew it was something that other kids would love to have and could really relate to. Just me talking about bullying and that kind of stuff, maybe they may not get it. But if they see it like in a book form and cartoons with little kids that look like them,
mm-hmm.
it makes a difference. So, I thought it would be more relatable to kids and getting the message across to them and able to, and let them be able to talk to their parents because in the book, the little boy has an issue, so, and he talks to his parents about it. So, it's kind of like getting the kids to like follow his lead, so that was one of the ways I wanted to kind of relate to the kids. So that's why, it was just something I had to get out.
So Anita, walk us through the process of the time that you sat down to write it, your editing, your layout, your illustration, publishing. Walk us through that whole process of what you went through.
First of all, and for you all out there that's saying, I don't know anything about writing a book, neither did I. I knew absolutely nothing. I just knew, let me get this in writing. I wrote it down, and then I have a young lady out of Atlanta that has a publishing company who's I've been working with for like the last 10 years. She does all of my edits. She does all of my graphic work, everything. So I called her and I told her, I said, look, I just wrote a book last night. She was like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I just wrote a book last night. She said, so what do we need to do? Let's make this thing happen. So the book that I wrote, I mean, she did all the illustrations for me, but she wasn't the right fit to actually do the actual book. So I just started searching because I'm telling you, if you don't know something, YouTube is where to go. I'm like, I think there's no excuse for nobody to not know anything because I go on YouTube and I like search it and you're like, okay, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I found Create Space.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, let me try this, So I had her to um, set the book up in book form, so I could just send it to them. Everything was like ready. So she did that for me, and I put it in Create Space, and it's on Amazon.com.
All right.
So, it worked out really well. And when I'm telling you, it went through, with us going back and forth, like, because she had to actually, like, as I wrote the the captions, like I said, I put in the notes at the top of the page that, this is what I want this page to look like. This is what I want that page to look like. So those are the notes, like when you're writing your captions, you have to, just put like what you want the illustration to look like. So she did that, and when I tell you, she pulled exactly, the only thing we went back and forth with was colors. She had everything down to the T. So, we went through that process, and then she gave it to me in book form, and then I put it in CreateSpace, and I think the whole process took about maybe a month.
Wow.
And, I know that's unheard of a lot of times, but she was like really a big advocate for getting that out there. So she kind of put things in front of, put my book in front of a lot of work she had to do, but it got done within a month. I want to say it's probably shorter time frame than that.
Yeah, and same with mine as well. And that's the point again, people. It doesn't have to take you a long time.
No.
All it takes is for you to make up your mind.
Exactly, and you don't need to know what you're doing.
You don't need to know what you're doing, right? And that's actually, and I'll go over that later if you're interested. For those of you watching, if you want to write a book, I help you with that process as well. Now, in doing that, like you said, it took you less than a month to do it. Now, I know you have a big family, and a lot of friends and so forth, big circle community. Was it easy, or was it hard for you to market the book, to get it out there?
It was hard to market it. I got it. That's one of my biggest issues right now, is getting it marketed the right way, and because that's why I'm kind of holding off doing the other book, because I want to get like a well-oiled machine, so I'll know like the next one that I push through, this is how to do it.
We need to talk then.
Okay.
I can help you with that.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. You brought up something that I hadn't thought about when you were mentioning your illustrations and your captioning. Because my book was more just, it was writing. There was no illustration.
Right.
And I didn't have to worry about what pictures looked like, what colors were looking like and stuff.
Yeah.
You had a totally different dynamic. Yours wasn't as wordy, but you had to think about what the person was going to see. Is it going to be appealing to their eyes? So for those of you who are writing children's books, there are different things that you have to take into play as opposed to if you're writing a novel. So I hadn't thought about that until you brought it up.
Yeah, because what I did run into with this particular book is, and I'll know not to do it with my next book, and that's why I wanted to wait for a minute before I produced the other one. Like, to me, and the feedback that I was getting was it's a bit wordy for that age group. So I have to kind of retweak things, and like when we do our next print, we're going to change the wording and make it, because we're going, like I said, we're turning it into a workbook. So we'll be able to kind of take some of the words out and make the fonts a little larger, because you got to think of the kids that are looking at this. So I did learn a lot from doing that one book, but that's the thing. I learned a lot after I did it, so you have to do
it. Exactly. So you see, guys, you don't have to be perfect the first time.
No.
Just put it out there. You can always do a reprint. And some people may want to hold on to I did a reprint. My father wanted to hold on to my original copy. He just wanted to say he had one of the original ones.
That's right. Proud dad.
Yeah. So but the thing is, you can go back. You can always go back and do another edition. You can make it the second edition of a book.
Exactly.
And sell just as many copies. The same people that bought the first edition will buy the second edition.
Right.
So you can do that either way. So Nita, before we finish with you on here, I wanted to ask you, what are you working on next?
Wow. The second book, actually printing it. I've already, like I said, I've written it. I've got 3 books waiting. So
wow.
We're doing the second book. So once that come out, I'll definitely would love to come back on and talk with you in reference to that, and I'll definitely get with you before, so I won't have to have so many bumps in my road with putting it out there. But with Teach Free Kids, like I said, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So with Teach Free Kids, we're just, like I said, we're trying to take it, not trying to take it, we are taking it worldwide. So, we just got a lot of great things coming up working with that. So I would love for everybody to, follow us on teachfreekids.com. Like I said, we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and check out our website as well. So We would love to have you all follow our movement and support us.
Well, there you go, man. I mean, I urge everyone to please support Anita. I'll make sure that and Anita, you do it as far. Go to BWPC and put the information in there so people can get in touch with you if they want to find out about your cause and your book as well. And now I want to bring on the old seasoned veteran here.
Not me.
the author who has written more books than Anita and me combined, you know.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Adrian Hazel, guys.
Whoa.
Let me get you a little background on this man. He is the author of 2 books. He is working on his 3rd book. He comes from a family of authorship. That's right. I'm at. I did say it, so I'm calling you out. And but he is, Anita. He is 20 years old.
Wow. Awesome.
He is.
I have a daughter that's 19.
Oh Lord. Oh my.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll talk offline, Adrian.
After the show. After the show.
After the show. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness!
I'm sorry, that's a different show.
Like Chuck Woolery here.
Okay.
But he don't even know who Chuck Woolery is.
Wow.
But Adrian, you have written 2 books already. Now, how old were you when you wrote your first one?
I was 18. 18 when I wrote my first one.
Wow.
Yep. Like I said, it was for a college course, so I had to write it.
You had to write it. Now, was the course to write a book, or was it just to write something?
A children's book. It was to write a children's book.
Oh, wow.
That was the assignment.
Did any of your other classmates go as far as you as getting it published?
No. Not that I've heard of. Not that I heard of.
Wow.
But I liked it so much. I had to do it again.
Now, okay. So when you wrote this, when you did this college, basically assignment as far as writing the book, it was a children's book. Now, what was the book about, and what made you write it on that particular subject?
The first one was Kenny's Loose Tooth.
Mm-hmm.
What made me write on that subject? I don't know. That subject was spontaneous. Maybe it's because I always enjoyed having a loose tooth, expecting money when I was younger.
Expecting money.
Yeah.
That's a good reason, I guess.
Right.
To get go ahead.
But after I wrote it, I decided I wanted to go the African American route. So okay. I got it illustrated, and I had to make sure it was right. I had to make sure it was he looked like me.
No, it looked like that. I like that. I like that. Now, talk to us about the illustration, because I heard you had a big part in getting that done yourself too at age 18. So tell us about that.
I found somebody who liked to draw, who liked to do computer images, and we worked all the way through, all the way to the end.
So you found someone that you knew who liked to do illustration and just called upon them to help you as far as doing illustration. It was that simple, huh? It
was that simple for me. I mean, but it was still a lot of back and forth to get it perfect or close to the way I wanted. But it didn't take too long.
And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that people put so many obstacles in their way. You just called on a friend to help you. And
right.
You know, they put so many obstacles in the way. So many people out there that say they want to write a book have unlimited resources right at their disposal, but they won't call upon them. They won't call upon them, and it's crazy to me. And there's so many. You don't have to go to websites. You don't have to call these companies. Right. Some of your friends and your family have these resources for you.
Right.
But you have to just let them know what you're doing. I mean, I think that is wonderful, man. I love the fact that you were the only one out of your class that had the sense to publish a book. I love that. I really love that. Now, tell me about what made you do it the second time.
The second time?
I'm assuming that wasn't an assignment.
No, the second time wasn't an assignment. It was just me. I wanted to have diversity. So my second book was about a Native American kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about the story.
The story, it's about His name is Aloe. He gets a new bike for his birthday, and his old bike had training wheels, so he thought it was time to step up to a big boy bike.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
it took persistence for him to learn how to ride the bike, and that's what the book is about. It's about persistence and not never giving up.
Man, I know some of the people that's watching this that need to read that book. So need to be a little persistent and get that thing done, man. That's good. Look, and I know Anita. I know her wheels are turning right now because she's trying to figure out ways that y'all can work together right now.
Okay. How did you know that? You know it.
I've known you all your life, so no, I know that. And plus it's synergy there. I mean, that's real easy. Synergy.
Yeah.
Both got the children in mind, so that's. I mean,
Look, daughter.
They'll never get old, so they'll always be children. So I mean, now Adrian, when you wrote the book, did you have any like your friends and keep in mind your friends are 18, 19 years old.
Right.
What did they say to you writing a children's book?
Honestly, I didn't pay it any mind. I don't know. Everybody that I told, I haven't had any negative feedback. So
good.
Anybody I've told was always said, "That's good. That's great. You're so young. You have so much time to keep going." So I've never had any negative feedback. Everybody was so supportive.
So let me ask you, what is your next book on? Because I know you're working on a third one.
The second book is it's going to be a female character.
Ah, okay, good. Now,
another African American.
Now, you and we talked before about you and your book. I understand from what you told me that you got a family. Your brothers are authors, right? Or one of your brothers?
Yeah, one of my brothers is an author.
Wow.
He published his book. 4th grade, I want to say.
Fourth grade.
Wow.
Yep.
I can't tell you how bad I'm feeling about myself right now.
Okay. Kudos to your parents.
Right, exactly. Kudos to your parents.
Yes.
Amanda Rochelle, kudos. And by the way, they are very proud and they're watching you right now. They are very supportive of you. I love it. I love it. They are very supportive and they're watching you. Those are my people there. But wow, that's 4th grade. You got a brother that in 4th grade. So now, when do you plan on having your next book out?
It should be out before September hits, so probably around the end of August.
Okay, good. So you can sell it to the school kids and have it ready for Christmas too. So
right.
Yeah. I'm just saying, this is all about the marketing and promotion. So we definitely want to get that out there. So, as far as the second book, not just the one you're working on now, but the second book, what made you want to just say, okay, the first one was good, I'm going to do a second one on a Native American child? Was there any meaning behind it, the persistence thing? Was it something that you thought that I need to get that message out, or did that just come organically?
It came organically. I wanted to have every minority covered. So I wanted to have a book for Native Americans, African Americans, Hispanics. I wanted to go all the way across the board.
So basically what you're saying is you ain't done.
No, not yet.
You got a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
Now, how long the second book was not an assignment, so how long did that one take you to write?
The second one probably took me maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah.
So still, once again, it doesn't have to take a long time to do it.
Right.
I mean, I hope the people watching, I hope you're getting the theme here. You need to just get off your butt and do it.
Right.
I'm serious. I mean, it's not that difficult. And you'll be amazed to see once you do it, you'll realize to yourself that it wasn't that difficult. But everyone around you will think it's just amazing that you did it.
Right.
Because in their mind, they don't see themselves doing it yet.
Right.
And you can help them with that to get that confidence to do it, but they just don't see themselves doing it. So they think what you did is so awe-inspiring that they can't imagine it, writing a book, especially when you tell them how fast you did it. They think that that's amazing. Now,
anybody can do it, though.
Anybody can do it.
Anybody that can.
Now, Adrian, Anita mentioned earlier about the illustration and going back and forth as far as what the captioning and so forth would be. Did you have that same challenge
With the second book?
with either one?
Oh yes, yes. I did. It didn't take too much effort, but a couple revisions for a few pages.
Hmm.
But for the most part, it was pretty smooth. I told him what I wanted, and he delivered on it.
So it sounds like to me that both of you all have great illustrators because
Awesome. Awesome illustrator.
it doesn't take that much for you on it. Now, I'm gonna ask Adrian this: Are you using the same illustrator for each book?
For the first two, I used the same illustrator.
Okay.
For the third, I haven't decided yet, but
Okay.
I might go back.
Now, did you self-publish as well? Correct.
Yes, through Create Space as well too.
To CreateSpace. That's what I did as well.
Yeah.
So CreateSpace getting all our business. But
Okay.
but I mean it's a great way to self-publish. I mean
It is.
a lot of people out there make this thing so hard. I mean and it doesn't really have to be that hard. You just get it out of your mind that it has to be done and just go ahead and do it. Now, you have like a younger brother. Has he inspired you to write any of the books? As far as the characters or anything?
Really, he inspired me to probably publish my book. We,
Oh,
we
really?
might we might co-author on a book soon too.
Get out of here.
Been thinking about it.
That is so cool. Now, how old is he now?
He's 13 now.
He's 13. And
Yeah.
13 and you're 20. Y'all can co-author a book. That would be
That would be great, right?
that would be really great, man. That would be really great.
Yeah.
Is he working on another one too?
No, not right now.
What was his about? What was his book about?
It was two characters. I haven't read it in a while, but it was two characters. It was, I think, it was about a haunted house.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Fourth grade.
it was pretty cool.
Nita, I feel like such a failure now.
Okay. Like, darn. Fourth grade, really?
Maybe we shouldn't have been playing so much football. But
All right, really.
so now, and your dad also is an author, right?
Right.
Wow.
Wow, so it's in the
Great.
genes.
Throw Dad a plug in and talk about what he's written about.
Well, he's written on distressed assets and banknotes.
And his dad is an expert in the banknote arena. He posted in the BWPC, which I'm urging all of you to do. He posted in BWPC that he does write on distressed assets for people. So if you have a distressed property, distressed assets, he's the guy that can help you with that. He knows the field very well. So I'm just in awe of the fact that at 20 years old, you have written 2 books. You're not only working on the third, but you've already got it planned out, a string of books.
Right.
Man, so, and here's the thing I wanted to ask you. Had you thought about being on a speaking circuit with your books?
I haven't, no.
See, that's why you got me. That's why you got me. Just like Anita said she does events, you need to get in some events too, man.
Okay.
Because in writing these books, you already have a product.
Right.
Right.
And I think Anita knows as well as anybody, when you do an event, after the event, people are looking for a product.
Exactly.
They're looking for something that they can put their hands on and take home.
Right.
Well, you already got it. So now you just got to get in front of the people. And we're going to make that happen, man. You definitely got to get that going because
we got to link up on that. That sounds great.
What'd you say?
That sounds great.
Yeah, you got my wheels turning. I'm sitting there thinking, and Anita and I know, like, we had some great parents, we had some great neighbors, but no one encouraged us to do what you're doing. So
right. At that age.
At that age, right? At that age. So I figured, look, if we got you right here, we got to help you because this is
right.
I just think it's amazing. I just think it's amazing at 20 years of age, man. Let's think where we'd be now, Nita, if we had started at 20.
We actually did start some entrepreneurial things when we were little. Remember, we used to go get people's old stuff and resell it. We did.
Did you really bring that up?
I'm sorry. We had that entrepreneurial site, insight way back then. So hey.
We tried to sell people mud pies. I mean,
Hey.
but that's beside the point here. Gosh.
I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. It's okay. Like I told them before this thing started, we're gonna have fun, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're having fun.
Yeah,
But I mean, the thing is, Adrian, we definitely want to help you because you have done something, and I just can't think of how many people you could inspire if we get what you're doing out there to more people.
Right.
Because get some young people. I mean, they always say that young people don't read enough. Well, we need to get them writing. If they write, they'll read more.
Exactly.
So the two go hand in hand. So they'll have to read in order to. Like everybody ain't gonna do children's books. Some people have other ideas, so which means they're gonna have to do some more reading, some more research on different topics. But if we can get more young people to do what you're doing, man, that's phenomenal. Now I want to ask you: have any of your friends or even other family members have you been an inspiration to them to actually write anything?
I've only come across one other person that said they wanted to write a book.
Really?
He has a blog, but I don't think he's went through the book process yet. I have to call him up and see.
You ought to check on that because one of the things that I talk to people about is if you have a blog, you have a book.
Yeah.
People write books just based on putting their blog post in the book.
Right. That's true.
And then publishing it. I met this lady. She wrote a book. I'm not lying. On taking posts from Twitter, from tweets, and just putting them in a book.
Wow.
She just put Twitter posts in a book. And so you can write a book on almost anything. And here's the book sells.
That's crazy.
The book sells.
Yeah. Wow.
So you can write a book on almost anything. And as Anita said, her book is being sold internationally. Well, one thing that I've found is that people across all over the world, they love informational products. They love books that they can learn something from. They love any product they can learn, videos, audios, whatever, but they can learn something from. And they don't have to pay a lot of money for it, but you can buy volume. You can buy volume. So if you're selling something at a real low price, you sell it overseas, you may sell a lot more of them.
Yeah.
And it gets your name out there, and you may get, like Nita may get called over, what is it, Switzerland or Sweden?
Sweden.
Sweden. You may be called over there to speak to people now.
I will.
See? I'll go with you. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I got a passport. So, Adrian, you down?
I'm down.
All right, let's go. Let's do our book tour.
Do a tour, right? An international tour.
That sounds good.
We gonna do our international tour. But I mean, my point is that if you get it in front of enough people, you'd be surprised at all the things that will start coming towards you. I mean, just like you, Nita, what you said is that you transitioned from the schools to start doing events, and you started getting more notoriety, and now you got people all over the world.
Exactly.
And it's just something. The same thing can happen to you, Adrian. It's just that we got to get you in front of more people.
Okay.
Right.
And I had you on my radio show a while ago, and Nita, I got to get you on my show too. But but it's a way for people to get in front of you. The more exposure you get, the more people know about you. You never know who they know.
Right.
I just came back from Dallas a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you're familiar with George Fraser. I don't need you're probably familiar with George Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
He does the Power Networking Conference. I went to that in Dallas a couple of weeks ago, and it was 3,000 African American people. Well, not just African American, predominantly African American, but just networking, talking all types of business. There were authors. There's so many authors there, coaches, there were speakers, all types of business people there. And just getting in front of those people, you never know what it could do for you.
Right.
Well, I got great news for both of you.
Okay.
For the next 6 years, the Power Networking Conference will be at the National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland.
Oh, wow. We'll be there.
Yeah, and that's my point. Be there because there will be so many people. And two of the projected speakers that I don't think they've gotten the full confirmation are President Obama,
Wow.
Hillary Clinton. So some of these people are scheduled to speak at this event. So it's one of the, and we have it in our backyard, for the next 6 years. So you guys got to be there.
No excuses, huh?
No excuses, right?
No
I was there last year and this year, and I'm like, okay, I can't miss this event.
Right.
What I'm working on now is seeing how I can be one of the teachers there, because I want to get in front of these people. But so it's something I always say, just more exposure, more exposure. So, Adrian, and you mentioned that you are working on covering every minority group. Now, I know you said you've done the African American, you've done the Native American, and you said next, I think, is the Hispanic community.
Well, this next book is still African American. This is the
African American. Okay. So what will be next after that? Do you have it already in mind?
Yes, the next one will be about a Hispanic.
Do you have them all already lined up as far as each book?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Not all the story written out, but maybe just the background.
Now, that's good though, man. I mean, that right there is phenomenal.
Right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
It is, man. You know what I love about him, Anita? He doesn't even realize what he's.
How awesome he is.
Right.
Told you, my daughter's 19.
I'll make sure I get to the after the show.
He's in cosmetology school too, so y'all have that entrepreneurial spirit.
Oh my goodness! Well, look, at least you know you got mom's approval.
Dad might be a little harder.
Just so you know, Adrian, their family likes to cook, so I'm just saying. So.
I like to eat too.
You like eating too. Look, I was saying I'm gonna hook y'all up, so y'all can get the books thing going. I'm afraid now.
Come on over. We have Sunday dinners. Come on over.
Y'all are so funny. You are so funny. Well, first, I want to thank both of you all for the time that we spent here today. I want to make sure I let everyone know, if you're listening, if you're interested in what we're offering at the Book Writers Procrastination Club. One thing you can do is go to barrettmatthews.com and just hit on Coach, and it'll tell you a little bit more about the programs that we have. We have just the club itself, which allows you. It's a call we do every week, and you can just come and we talk about books. We don't get anything specific on your book. We do highlight one author. We do this in a rotation, so we highlight one author on a weekly call, and you can go on and see well, I can tell you the fee for that one is $97 a month. But what we're doing right now, we've reduced the price. If you want to do it, you can do it for $25 a month. I'm sorry, $27 a month. $27 a month. You can do that right now for the Book Writers Procrastination Club. We do a weekly call, and we go over different things that can help you as far as getting your book done. And then we have mentorship programs, which actually gives you some private coaching. You get mentoring calls, you get weekly assignments. We just basically want to make sure that you get that book done. And you can check the website out just to see different programs and what the investment would be. We also have a mastermind program, which is an all-day intensive. That one goes from 9 in the morning to 8 p.m. What we're going to do is we're going to go over a 30-minute discovery session with you. You get 3 hours of coaching on taking action on getting that book done. You get 4 more hours of coaching on the actual details of your book. You get an hour of brainstorming. You get a creation outline, so that by the time you leave there, you will have everything you need to finish that book. And then we have what we call a pro coaching program, which actually is a 12-week program. And that 12-week program, you will not only have your book done, but you will have your book published, and we will also have promotion done for you as well. So we have different programs. You can go to barrettmatthews.com and check that out, and just look under Coach, and we can talk to you about that. If you are interested in getting some coaching for your book, you can text the word book to 929-244-4323. text the word book, and the number is 929-244-4323, or you can email me at info@e2esystems.com. That's info at the letter E, the number 2, the letter E, systems.com. Okay, now, before I let you guys go here, I wanted to give you an opportunity to let everyone know one thing that can help them to get things going, but also give your information so they can get in contact with you or anything that you're promoting as well or what you're working on next. Anita, you can go first.
Okay. Like I said, definitely want you all to follow us. I can give you that. It's teasfreekids.com.
All right.
Teasfreekids.com. And just, follow what we're doing, follow our movement, and attend some of our events. And if you have some that you want us to come to, please feel free to give me a call at 202-251-7526. And we'll definitely, if you don't have an event, you want to put an event together, we can do that as well.
All right. Fantastic. And Mr. Hazel, the wily veteran here.
You can either email me at adrian@adrianhazelbooks.com. That's ADRIENE, Hazel HAZEL. Or you can go to my website, adrianhazelbooks.com. Just email right to the website.
All right. Now, Nita, don't be taking pictures to show your daughter.
Oh no! I was trying to figure. I was like, because I wanted to put it on my Facebook because I always. I was not, but hey, thanks for the idea.
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, I want to thank you all once again for joining us here on the Book Writers Procrastination Club Hangout. We will be doing more of these. Spread the word to everybody. I want to thank all of you who have watched. There will be a replay. And we'll be putting that up very soon for those of you who wanted to see it, who couldn't make it, and so forth. So, and you want to send that out to other people to watch as well. So as I always say to everybody, don't just settle for being awesome. Set your goal to awe them all. And take action. And we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Everyone have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.